Since the moon is in Sagittarius today, I figured this would be a good time to give homage, if that's the right word, to my mother. Growing up, Val Jones is, I make it sound easier than it looks. Don't get it twisted. I love my life. I love my life. If I had to pick my parents over and over and over again, a billion times over, I would pick my parents. Please, I had the best parents for me. They taught me morals. They taught me, I get a great sense of security. I know what real love is, and that's the problem with these kids. And some of these people who grow up and they remain kids even when they're 60 and 70 years old doing kid shit. Because they didn't have good parents. So that's why I'm thinking about how my mom, literally this happened to during Sagittarius season, where remind you, my mom has descended on. But how did I even know about Momo from John Huston? I would have never known that had I not got the download, which is what everybody's saying these days. I got the download for you. I got to download. God, I can't. Let me just make the point, okay? Because I don't need for this to be unnecessarily long. And I could have did a lot. That was so grammatically incorrect. I could have done a live, but I'm really not trying to engage in people right now because it's so much distraction on YouTube. It's so much distraction with lives. You get more views with lives, that is true. But I want to get this precise point across. So, because as a Pisces, being a Pisces, I mean, we really do feel all of you. We're plugged into where the true empaths. It's that. I'm sitting cross-legged right now. Excuse me. How many people in their 70s can sit cross-legged like I can? But you want to groom me. I mean, people younger than me too. Look at all the people who are dying and passing away. Thank God for my mother. My mother was a healer, a soldier, and a healer too. So when I talk about healing, I come from a legacy. I mean, it's what I do. I come from a legacy of a lot of things. But getting back to my mother. Now, what's your mama look like again? Excuse the, this is my mom. I dropped this, bro. But that's my mother. That's my mother. That's my mother. Who's your influencer again? You got all of these people who try to get their fake hair, their fake nose, their fake whatever it be. None of these hoes. Not a one. Look at that. Now that's class. That's class. That's a classy woman. That's a true classy woman. And yeah, and that's me. That's one of my promo pics in radio. Yeah, one of my promo pics. So that's mom. People say I've got her smile in her eyes. I know I am hearing Harry Potter again, but I got my daddy's nose. God, that was a beautiful woman. I've never seen my mom dressed down. Not to say that she didn't dress down, and I've seen her in sweats, and I've seen her, she didn't always look immaculately dressed, but she carried herself as a queen because she was a queen, Beth. It's one of those things where you ever notice how the people say, I'm a queen, I'm a princess, I'm this, I guess we're all royal, and you find out there's nothing royal about them. And did you not know that you got some people in royal, especially British royalty, that slept with each other, yo? So we all know what incest can do, or at least you should, because I can see the incest in you. Pause. Yeah, but mommy, I've never seen her dress where she wasn't looking great, even at her lowest times, even with, she had esophageal cancer. And I did not know until she died, until she left out of her body. She has such an aura about her that I didn't realize just how sick she was till the spirit had left her body. And then you saw it. I saw it. And I was like, how did I not see this? I mean, I would see her almost every week and stuff like that. So, my mom's been through some struggles too. She's been through some struggles, but you wouldn't know her to see the struggles that she's been through. And see, that's why some of you don't really know about me. I don't look like what I've been through. Boom. Wow. The confirmation going outside. It's the daddy legacy too. Same thing here. I mean, we are, it's summer. So okay, this is what's going on. Golly gee. This is how it works for me. The Saturn and the Jupiter thing in my chart. Jupiter in Leo in my 4th house, but I have Pluto in Cancer in my 3rd house. And when you see how my planets align in my chart, it's like that. I mean, it's like that. I mean, it's like that. So the Pluto, the Cancer and the Leo, the Pluto and the Jupiter, like that. So I guess that would be, if this twin flame thing was real, I guess that would be my twins, me, myself, and I, which really talking about my parents though. But so now of course my father's kicking in, because he was a Leo born on Cancer cusp, and my mom was a Sagittarius born on a Capricorn cusp. Honey, y'all messed up when you came to me. But back to me though. Now this thing about me, I guess some people will call it dressing down. That's why I remember how my teacher, same teacher, Miss Barrett, who said my mouth is always trying to keep up with my mind, because my mind is like, my mind is faster than the speed of light. And intelligent too. Reminding you, Mensa said that. Getting back to my mom. And so when Mensa was like, we're gonna, Mensa, let me tell you something, when these organizations get to you, it's a whole other thing. Look at Condoleezza Rice, you know what I mean? So yeah, this poetry thing is so crazy to me. I remember when somebody said, I wanted your poetry. Who was that? I guess it was God. Or God is too, apparently. But whichever would be. And see, that's the beautiful thing about who is God to me. God is my parents. And I had 2 parents, not just one. A man didn't just spit me out by myself. You can talk about nuts. You can talk about nuts and dicks all you want to, but what even James Brown said, the world would be nothing without a woman or a girl. So all you masculine patriarchal toxic masculinity, I'm not the one for you, or I am. This gang stalking and stuff that you do, really, I don't give a damn. You thought you were going to drive me off of YouTube, off my channel? Please spare me. You see my father. I know I say every time I see what's the show? I've only seen it about 1 billion times. Not the End of the World. Not the they're playing it over and over and over again on sci-fi, where the guy goes and where the whole Earth is going under an ice age, so to speak, and right at the very end, what is the end of the world? Something like that. Well, the guy with I can't even think of the name right now. But the point is, every time, when they're in the library, if you know the movie, they're in the library, and he finally, treks through the snow to find his daughter, finds his son and stuff like that. And the girl kind of wakes up, who has been sick, who the son went to get some medicine for her, because she tried to save somebody, but then she got a cut on her. It's my Gemini thing kicking in again. I have Gemini rising in the 1st and 2nd house, so. And it sounds delulu to you, it sounds delusional to you, but I have so many stories that just to try to spit them out, it kind of just sounds like computer chatter. Like, and that's why people always want to be playing on my top and playing on my head and playing about me. They say, oh, she just speaks, she's just incoherent, she's crazy. But everything I say can be absolutely 10,000% proven. So I'll be careful about you coming my way. Because if I can prove everything I say, then what if I can prove everything I say? What type of intelligence would you be? How special are you? Daddy says it's not very special. But, woocha. But yeah, but when the man finally comes in the library and, and he shines the light and the girl wakes up, and the guy who actually is in love with the girl, who he saved her, but she saved somebody. See, I'm making a point here about how your actions lead to something. And she's like, who is that? And he says, my father. And boom. You hear it? Every time I say my father, it's like it booms. But it's that. Like, that's what, when he was younger, that's not in his whole stuff, right? But Daddy really didn't talk to me much about the military, because that was not something, some people want their children to go into the military. My mom did, but my mom knew I was logistically brilliant, so she figured, she'd be good at that. She figured, I'd get a little desk job, and I heard the boom again too, like do the, I'm the go-to person. Like, okay, we need a problem solving. Go to Val. So when you're in the military like that, and you need somebody like, I know I can solve problems that your president or your secretary of defense, none of them will ever know. They're putting on a show. I do this for real. But back to my mom. Here's the deal. So I remember that time I told you, like Miss Barrett, same Miss Barrett, my chemistry teacher. She had beautiful white hair. Used to say, I know you're not poor. Because I used to wear these same jeans all the time, which, much to my mom's, like, why? But military brats, we kind of get away with it a little bit. That's just our life. But I had a nice dress shirt. But the jeans actually, before cut up jeans were a thing, I've been wearing cut up jeans. But these jeans were about to tear away, rip away, okay? And she's like, I know you're not poor, so do I have to call your mother? That's all you got to say. like if I got a little bit out of the way, mom's like, do I have to talk to your father? Nope. Someone said, do I have to call your mother? Nope. Moon in Sagittarius, I have Sagittarius in the 6th, 7th, and 8th house. You got a lot of astrologers who really don't know what they're talking about, or they do. And I'm telling you, in order to know yourself, know your astrology chart. You can do your astrology chart. Yeah, you don't have to pay anybody to do that. But some of y'all are just too damn lazy. And yet you take money to stock me. How's that working for you, seriously? I have had coffee today, by the way. So, I mean, it does. I'm looking at this picture. Oh, why do I have a picture like that? Oh, it's my frat brothers. You even some of my frat brothers turned against me, and my sorority sisters too. That's sad. Naughty, naughty, naughty. And you speak of morality and God. Anyway, but the point is, my mom always wanted me to dress like her little debutante daughter, like, if you know, you know. And I've talked about the time before where she wanted to put me in the debutante ball, and I went to Daddy, and Daddy's like, do you want to do that? I'm like, no. He's like, Kitty, she doesn't have to do it. But she doesn't have to do it. Like the whole Mensa thing, when Mensa was like, wanted to, like, whisk me away and make me crazy. My daddy and my aunt, my Pisces aunt, like, no, let her grow up normal. I mean, it's like being in the Incredibles when you be incredible, but not so incredible, because they knew the target that was on my back. I didn't know, but they knew. That's why I was protected like that. That's why I can fall back on that protection now. Now people say, well, you just by yourself. I appear to be, don't I? I appear to be. But anyway, I'm telling you, I have certain energies and legacies that always protect me. But it's not just a matter of automatic protection. It's a matter of, like the girl who saved somebody, so somebody saves her. It's like cause and effect. Cause and effect is the thing. Karma and Dharma, that's the thing. I don't care who talks to you about this is not this and this is not that. The same people who would talk about it, then they turn around, if I say something about it, then they're going to say just the opposite. See, that's just the cause of folks being lost and making money off of it, because the world right now, capitalism has gone so crazy and so in such a way that, Saturn and Jupiter and the sun, hey, it's a brand new day. We're really not even in the same portion of the universe that we used to be. You don't realize that your whole constellation, everything is a movement. Everything is a movement until it dies. Seriously, that's true. Everything, water's in movement. The only thing, even when you got bricks and stuff like that, but remember, that's dead stuff. So like when you die, there's no life in that. But anything with life is moving, and the universe is alive. So it's always moving. Planets are moving around the sun. For some reason, some people think that the sun moves around planets, or the planets are moving around, stuff like that. But getting back to my mom, the point is, I'm doing that Gemini thing, and I'm going to get this under 20 minutes. You know what I mean? But the thing is, my mom, which I've finished, like I said, with men's and like, no, that was going to be enough. My mom was like with it because my daughter's in Mensa. That's my mom. Proud mother. Any type of way to rub it in other people's faces. This is a part of the Sagittarius. This is a part of a Sagittarius energy. They love to rub shit in your face. I don't know what that is. I don't think I would say it's not on purpose, but sometimes it can be. They love to flaunt themselves. We know we the baddest. We know we the best. We know we the baddest. Bitch, are you really trying to try me? I can read you just like this, and you ain't shit. Do you know who you're talking about? Can you imagine somebody trying to tell this woman she wasn't a boss or she wasn't gorgeous. She could have been a beauty queen. She was a beauty queen in her own right, right? And let me tell you something. I pity these soldiers if they were white and they came at her the wrong way at Womack, because I couldn't have been my mama. Which is not to say that she didn't do that. Knowing my mama as I do, I could see her. I could see some racist ass motherfucker trying to say something to her with that hypodermic needle in her hand. She's like, do you know who you're talking to? And she'll probably just give him a look, and then he shut the fuck up and tone down. Because I mean, let's be real, I have some other energies on my mama's side of the family that I'm still learning, and I'm figuring out, wow, y'all messing with the wrong kid. You hear people say you have angels and demons looking out for you. Yeah, apparently it comes from both sides of the family. But the point is, I look at how I look right now, and I think my mom was like, well, because I never saw. I think for a brief half a second, I saw my mom gray. Her hair was red, her hair was blonde. She did black. She stopped going black for a minute. Then she found a nice red, dark, deep red color that was right for her, which actually was beautiful for her. But my hair would not take color. My hair would not take color. Now, my mom studied being a beautician too. My mom studied a lot of things. So that's another thing about Sagittarius, jack of all trades. Some people say jack of all trades, master of none. But yeah, if they choose to do it, if they stick with it for a minute, they master that. My mom mastered everything that she did, including when the doctor said you won't have a kid. She said, "Watch me." Miracle baby. So no, she didn't steal me. She didn't cut me out from somebody. She didn't go and adopt me from some African orphanage or something like that. You can clearly look at the, you can clearly see the similarities of my mom and me. You can see it in the eyes. Some people say on certain times you could see it in my face when I decide to, like, really, like, you can see it in the eyes and the smile. And the actions too, because I'm very, I may not look royal to you, but there's just certain things that I'm like as a Pisces, I used to give everybody a chance because it's just an experience for me. See, that's the beautiful thing about Pisces. And when you're a high vibe, reminding you all the zodiac signs flow into Pisces. I don't give a damn about these lakes in America or lakes or wherever it be. At the end of the day, everything rolls into the sea. Even the lakes are connected to the sea. So don't worry about what's the biggest lake in America or this or that. Somewhere or another, this whole planet was water at one point. So, darling, it's water. Like, what are you talking about? Pisces, just, you think we're crazy, but we know exactly what we're talking about. You just can't get on that level. And that's when they try to bring you down, because they always want you to take a knee. The archons or the gang stalkers or whatever it be. And right now I'm making mincemeat of all of them. So I'm just letting you know, before you come at me, don't say I didn't warn you. And that's playing by the Queen Spirit rules, because I always used to say I played by the Queen Spirit rules. But getting back to me, I always dress like a tomboy. I dress down. I could wear the designer clothes and stuff like that. And when I was young, I kind of did that. I mean, honey, I stayed at the Gap. I stayed at the Gap. I even bought my friends stuff at the Gap. That's when I just really didn't know what I was doing with my money. I spent so much money on other people just to have none of that come back. I've seen my daddy support everybody in the family, and the family not support him. Same thing with my mama too. But that's why I know with my grandfather on my mother, my mom's father, and my grandmother on my daddy's side, my dad's mother, for me not to have land, and just find out that I may do. So that's what I got to work on. That's what I got to work on this summer. Like, not dealing with, people and relationships and nothing like that. I'm about my money, because that Capricorn energy. And daddy was the best. He was a soldier and a DIYer. He did for himself. He was about, black man, black woman, do for yourself. And that I do. I don't need to. You know what? I can't be on the same things that you. I'm not on the same timeline as any of you. And my mother was just a class act from jump. But sometimes I feel some kind of way, because she's like, that's my tomboy daughter. Like, don't you want to be dressy? Dressy is just so, yeah. I am not a prissy girl. When I dress up, I can dress up. I'm I'm beautiful, but I'm just not a prissy girl. So if you're looking for a prissy girl, a wussy girl, I'm not that. I'm the one that's probably, I'm seeing now we get ready to go. It's not 1935, so we're probably going to go 22, and that's that. If you are insecure, if we're playing video games, if you're the type of man that's insecure, I'm not trying to beat you, but it's just in me to be competitive. Because every military person is competitive. Every military brat is competitive. I mean, it's really kind of a thing when I never heard my parents say that, but in a way they did, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not first, you're last. There's no second and third and fourth place trophies. Like, let me do what I want to be. My mama let me do what I want to be. But it gets back to Kathy McMillan, who was an actual Olympian in Rayford Hoke. And she went to the Olympics. And so here goes my mom going, why come you can't go to the Olympics? You know, I told you she loves rubbing stuff in her face. I have so many trophies that I just threw away. Okay, but mommy's like, my daughter won this trophy. My daughter won best sis, best sis, best. And at a certain point in school, in high school, I would just win trophies just to give them. Mom, I don't even care about trophies. I really don't, like you do. I really don't. I'm just being the best at me being the best. But evidently something about trophies that people like. But mommy's like, yeah, she was like that. So I know you hated her, and I see why you hate me. Sucks for you. But anyway, in reality, but no, she didn't like push me. She didn't over push me. She wasn't like a Kris Jenner to Kim Kardashian, like that type of mom. It's just she wanted me to be all I can be. Remember, Mildred, be all you can be. Like, you can be better than this. Like, why didn't you go to the Olympics? Because they beat their people like slaves at Rayford Hoke. If our coach did us like that, you'd kill him. This I know, because the time when I had mononucleosis, and I was out of school for about 4 days. In fact, the day before the meet, which technically you're not supposed to participate in any sports if you were out the day before. I mean, that was a rule somewhere, but they broke it for me. And the coach was like, and I went there and I convinced my mom, I guess we're going past 22, so maybe we'll make it 23. But anyway, 5. But anyway, so my mom was like, because I kept going like, well, can I just go and support the team? And my mom and my dad looking at each other like, you know what she's trying to do? Just let her go. See what you're gonna do. Okay. So my mom takes me, right? My mom takes me because I'm in my track clothes. I'm going to support the team. I'm in unity. You can't get nothing over a high-vibing Sagittarius, and that's a problem for you. A high-vibing Leo and a high-vibing Sagittarius gave birth to me. Who are you all thinking you messing with and you talking to when you're talking to me? You got some rusty, dusty family energy. The seed comes from the tree and the fruit does not fall far from the tree. So to think that somebody beneath me, and you really are beneath me, it's not that I'm looking my nose down at you, but you looked your nose down at me, and bitch, I am not beneath you. Never will I be. Never was I, never will I be. But anyway, so same woman that was like, she and my coach, Coach Howard was like, you could be better than this if you wanted to. I'm just doing track because it's giving me something to do. I'm not trying to be a track star. That would be my cousin. Get them. I'm really just getting out of class. But anyway, I just wanted to go to this meet. So she takes me to the meet, and I'm in my clothes, right? I'm in my track clothes. And I go out on the field, and she's already looking at me like, mm-hmm. And so the coach is happy to see me. By this time, the coach is Coach Owens, who was my biology teacher at Cape Fear, if you know. And he's the only reason why I ended up being on the track team my last year, because I was going to quit, because I was just like done with it. Because after Coach Howard said, I wanted to play softball, baseball, and she was like, you will do track or nothing. So I decided, well then, bitch, I say that to her, but in my mind I said, well, bitch, I'll do nothing. But then she didn't do the track, and she just focused on the tennis and stuff like that. And then Coach Owens did, and I'm like, well, this is my favorite biology teacher. And he was like, you sure you don't want to come? I'm like, yeah, okay, for you. I'll do that for you. 23:58, so I guess we're going to go to 25:7. Being true to myself. So anyway, we get out on the field. I get on the field, and it's like, you how you feel? I can do a little bit of something. See, I had that planned all day. You think my mama didn't know? She did. But the point is, she's just going to see how far I can go. That's what Sagittarius will do. They'll give you enough rope to hang yourself. But here's the point, reminding you, this is the same woman that said, why can't you go to the Olympics? And I told her why Kathy McMillan was such a great track star. So I did three things. I did the relay races. I didn't do the 220, but I did the 220 relay. And I think it was the 220 relay that took me out. Because after I completed my lap, and we won too, we won all my races, all our relays, but then I fell out. Mononucleosis. I still wasn't healed yet. My mama jumped on that field and cussed that man out. This little 5'2" woman is cussing this man out, and he's backpedaling as men always do when it comes to women. Well, I'm trying to say something, but I'm kind of like out, I'm like out like a light, as they say. I'm like, mommy, it's okay, I'm living. But anyway, that's my mother, that's my mother. Since we're going past 25, we'll make it 26, and will it be what it be. I'm up here trying to put, I'm up here trying to put parameters on something. I'm just speaking naturally. But the point is, it's all that the same woman who was a little bit upset that I couldn't go to the Olympics is the same person that jumped on that track and was getting ready to, and literally was just berating this man like a mofo. Like, he's just, Miss Jones. And I'm just like, and I'm on the ground, like, trying not to laugh, but I'm too weak to speak too, because I wanted to defend him. Like, I did it. Don't blame him. It's me. Because I take all my own drama, as I do. So that's why, and some of you don't. You're all playing victim and victim. I'm not going to be a victim to people in the YouTube, people in the government, not even people in the military. And I think that's what Daddy said. No, that's not something my daughter's going to do, because, you got the wrong person that's going to roll up on her, and she's going to Full Metal Jacket that motherfucker. In real life. So that's why people in Fayetteville or Cumberland County, feel about me the way they do. But that's okay, because I don't need any of them. I don't hate any of them. I don't know why they think that when she gonna come back to trash. I don't come back to trash, because I'm so much better than that. Well, I thought I'd give you a laugh for today, because that's a inside look of Val Jones and her history and her heritage, okay? Because, the family does make a difference. Your family makes a difference. Your family, your morals, how you were raised makes a difference. But this woman here, do you actually think that this woman is going to let you take her daughter out? And I keep saying this woman right here is reminiscent to me of Mother Nature. Yimaya, you know what I'm talking about. Child, you don't want to mess with little Oshun. And then and then her sister, her blood sister, my aunt that raised me, my godmother, when my mom and dad were in the military, I call her Oya. Her real sister, then she comes in the room, and it's an ugly day, because she's Pisces. Oya, but she can be stormy too. This woman. And now it could be stories for you, but they're stories of resilience and brilliance and real royalty too. I know who I am. See, that's the key to this. Knowing yourself before trying to tell somebody else about themselves and what to do. I'm watching you. I'm seeing you. And I'm seeing everything you do, even the stuff that you think I don't see. I can feel it in your energy. So the fact that you come to me and look like you think I'm beneath you, I'm going to read you proper, okay? There used to be a time when I would just let it go away. That was when I was Pisces and still learning. But we getting through all of that. I really get why people talk trash about Pisces. I really get it too. And some Pisces who can't find themselves, they're all that, what you say, they're drunks, they're alcoholics, they get confused, but they take on everybody's blues. That's what you don't want to talk about. See, victimizers will always blame the victims. That's what you do. Victimizers will always blame the victim. Blame me now. Come up in my face and blame me now. Boom. I heard that. Blame me now. You gonna blame the truth? That says a lot about you. Now you want to be my man, or you want to be my friend. None of that you can do. 2026 is a therapy year for me, and I got stuff to do. I got real stuff to do. But that's just a little example of where this is going to roll, where this tide is going to roll, because we're on a new tide, a different tide, back to a tide that I used to be on, but now it's elevated, okay? So that makes mommy happy, even though she's like, I don't do dresses if I don't have to, mommy. I don't do dresses, and I'm out of my high heel stage. I'm like, I used to dance people off the floor in 6-7 inch heels. I'm 7 years old now, honey. Tennis shoes are for me. But anyway, that's today's story about Val Jones, just keeping it real about family heritage and what family really can be for you. And I keep telling you, it's really true. The seed doesn't fall. The seed comes from that tree, and the fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. So you want to dig into how people are at. Seriously, check into their family, their immediate family. Not my cousins and them. That's not that. On my mom's side, it would have stopped at my grandfather and my aunts, Aunt Mary Catherine, Aunt Nomi, that's something else. But she had her own problems. So Aunt Mary Catherine, Aunt Esther, and my great Aunt Lulu. Ooh, the ancestors got my back. And then it's the white side of the family too, the ones that we don't talk about. I think I'm just gonna leave that silent. Some things are better left unsaid, but yeah. So you want to call me ugly, honey? No, I'm not hardly ugly. Never will I be. And I'm not hardly dumb. Never will I be. And I'm not even remotely going to be a slave. Never will I be. And your health is your wealth as well as your peace of mind. And that's the therapy that I want to promote. Not giving people participation trophies or certificates. I'm not board certified, but I'm spiritually certified. I'm experience certified. And that's the best therapy you can get. Somebody who actually knows what they're talking about in real life. And I'm that kid. Wrote a book about it. Here we go. Peace.